What's up, everybody? Really quick, if you follow me on Twitter, just know I'm just going to be taking a little break. I'll be back in like maybe 2 weeks or something, but I just needed to step away. But anyways, here's a review. It's cool. We are here. We are doing it one beer at a time. What's up, everybody, and welcome back to my horror corner. I'm Drop Dead Fred. Hope you're all doing well, having a most excellent whatever time of day it is, and we are back with another edition of Adventures in Tubi. If you're not familiar with Tubi, it's a free streaming service. You can get it on the on your cell phone, on the website. You know, just sign up. That's it. And this is not a promotion. This is not an ad. They're not sponsoring me yet, but I just very much enjoy this freaking streaming service. Like, there's such a insane amount of random movies on there in different categories. It's not just horror, even though that's what we're gonna focus on. And like, I think I said this on my other video, there's a freaking category that says not on Netflix. So you gotta just admire the cojones that somebody has when they say some bullshit like that on their freaking streaming service. These are 5 movies that I found streaming on Tubi, and I'm hoping you enjoy them. Alrighty, so the first movie that we're going to look at is a 2001 straight-to-TV sci-fi presents movie called Lost Voyage, starring Judd Nelson and freaking Lance Henriksen. Yeah! And if you're not familiar with just those two people, Judd Nelson, I remember him strictly from The Breakfast Club. You know, I'm sure there's tons of other movies, but my brain went straight. It's The Breakfast Club guy, man. We also have Lance Henriksen, who was in freaking tons of movies. Freaking Pumpkinhead, Aliens, AVP, I think Near Dark. Just so many other movies. And really quick, I cannot think of it off the top of my head, but I know Lance Henriksen has done a found footage movie. It's like this type of ghost adventures type of movie where like these ghost TV show go people, like, you know, one of those ghost hunting shows. They go to this place. Lance Henriksen is like the guy that sets up all the spooky stuff that's supposed to happen that's paranormal. The movie also has Jeff Kober and Mark Sheppard. Now, I really enjoyed their characters. First of all, Mark Sheppard, he's Crowley from Supernatural, okay? I don't know what else he's in, but I just straight up, when I saw this, I was like, that's freaking Crowley, dude.
You mean what's behind all the boats and planes disappearing? Yeah. Storms, bad navigation, faulty instruments. I mean, it's a big pond. People get lost.
And Jeff Kober, I remember him mostly from Sons of Anarchy. I don't know, have you guys seen that show?
Unless you believe the legend. What legend?
Well, some people say a triangle is like a door to someplace else.
Sometimes the door opens one way, sometimes the other. The door to where?
That's the question, isn't it? Some people say the door opens to the very bowels of hell itself.
And the story follows Aaron when he's a kid. His dad and his newlywed wife are taking like some sort of honeymoon trip, and they're essentially going near the Bermuda Triangle. And the Corona Queen is the name of the ship. It just happens to lose contact with everybody and gets lost at sea in the freaking Bermuda Triangle. And poor little Aaron is left growing up wondering what the hell happened to his parent. Or parents. 25 years later, you know, I think he's like some sort of like paranormal researcher or something like that. Out of the freaking blue, Aaron is notified that, hey, that ship that went missing 25 years ago just happened to reappear out of freaking nowhere. And he's offered a chance to freaking go investigate it with this TV crew. They have a show called Journals of the Unexplained or something like that. And it's like this chick, and she's got like her rival there with her. I don't know, it's a little silly. Actually, it gets really silly, especially near the end when like all the freaking ghosts or things are coming out of the Bermuda Triangle. But honestly, it was a kick-ass time. Like, it's not a great movie. Like, it's not by any means mind-blowing. I don't want to say, you know, great, but it's not like groundbreaking or mind-blowing. It almost kind of reminded me of Ghost Ship, or is that the name, Ghost Ship? Overall, it's just a chill little freaking movie. I really enjoyed the Mark Sheppard and Jeff Kober's characters. They're a salvage crew, so they're tagging along with the TV crew and Judd Nelson's character, and they're all like taking a helicopter and they land on the Corona Queen and they start investigating and they start seeing like ghosts and shit like that. I don't know. But the two characters, like I said, Mark Shepard and Jeff Kober, really cool dynamic they have. They're like telling when they're flying overseas to the Corona Queen, they kind of like start talking about the Bermuda Triangle, the little myths and stuff like that. I thought that was a really cool scene. Another scene I really enjoyed was because they're, like I said, they're a salvage crew, so they have stories about like salvaging, and they go into this little story about there was a ship that was out there. I don't know how many. I think he says weeks or months. I don't remember.
Oh, and I wouldn't open any freezers.
Why?
25 years worth of stink, I'd imagine.
Des, tell them about the tuna tender off Malaysia.
This ship had only been stranded out there 5 or 6 months. And we jump into the hold where they keep the fish.
Right up to our dicks in maggots.
Maggots. Ah! You know, the acting was fine, though. The two characters, I thought they were really good. It's bullshit how my boy Mark Shepard dies. Like, I was just mad. That's a spoiler right there, but I was low-key mad. Like, oh, man, I got so pissed off when he died. And, you know, I will say, like I said, it's silly, the CGI. There's a part where they see, like, a rocking horse, and then they're looking at it through, like, a screen on the TV, and then they look again, and it's, like, some little ghost boy on it, like, rocking it.
Oh, my God.
Oh man, like I said, it was entertaining. Hey, and that's all that matters, right? Next movie on our list is this neat little freaking movie I found that, again, nothing groundbreaking, but it was really cool, especially the cast. We have Venom, 1981, directed by Piers Haggard, who took over directing for Tobe Hooper, who was originally set to direct this movie, but I think he ended up leaving through creative differences. And man, there's a lot of drama on this freaking movie. Like, okay, so the movie stars Klaus Kinski, who is just notoriously known for, like, you know, being a fucking hard ass on set. But he's also in tons of other movies. The one I recognize him from was Nosferatu, the 79 version. It also stars Oliver Reed, who was in Gladiator, The Brood, tons of freaking other movies. It has Sterling Hayden, who is when I was watching, I was like, man, this guy looks so freaking familiar. You know, I'm not too familiar with like older actors and stuff, but his face. And I looked it up, and he's freaking Megan's dad in Reanimator. And it also has Susan George, who was in Enter the Ninja. I have not seen. Anybody seen that? Sounds silly. Now, apparently on the set, like, what's his name? The director has said in like interviews later on, like way later on down the road and stuff like that, and magazines, that there was a lot of like shit going on between Klaus Kinski and Oliver Reed, and that Oliver Reed would basically push his buttons on purpose just to piss him off. And apparently there's multiple times with little to no reason that Klaus Kinski would just walk off the set. Like, damn, dude. So the fact that this movie got made, even like, it's crazy. The director has said like the nicest person on set was the freaking Black Mamba. The story is about like this international like criminals, and they're planning to kidnap like this wealthy couple's son, and it all goes to shit when the son goes to the pet shop to go pick up his snake that he's supposed to get, and it gets mixed up with a fucking Black Mamba, dude. Oh man. And this Black Mamba is set loose like right before the kidnapping happens. And now you would think, okay, well, what the fuck? Just grab the kid and leave. It comes apparent to the police because the pet shop or whatever notifies the authorities or something. And like an officer goes to go check on the house, and just people start panicking. The dude, Oliver Reed, just straight up shoots the freaking cop. And it's pretty much like this group of one people trapped in a house. They cannot leave because outside of the house is the freaking cops. And inside the house, you have this crazy Black Mamba just like slithering around, and it does like this cool POV shot, killing the freaking lady and a few other ones. It was a neat movie. It was entertaining. It was a little silly, like not very comedic, but there was like some very dry humor in it. And I really enjoyed the ending with Klaus Kinski's character and how he goes out. This little freaking thing is slithering through the vent and popping out of the freaking alcohol cupboard and all this stuff. Interesting little movie. It was not bad in any way. The acting was great in it. You know, you have Klaus Kinski's character, Oliver Reed, Sterling Hayden. Maybe 10 minutes or so. Alrighty, these next two movies I'm going to talk about. I'm not going to go into Jaws 2 too much. I really enjoyed it, though. I thought it was a really good follow-up. But yeah, Jaws 2 is what I'm talking about right now. I thought that was a really good follow-up. It was my first time watching it. It was cool. I loved how they just continuing the story. I wasn't expecting that, to be honest. And I enjoyed this like craze. Mike, I think his name's Mike Brody, the freaking dad in the first movie. Just crazy freaking dad. There's a point where, like, you know, to him it's apparent that, okay, there's a freaking shark around, okay, and there's like this business group coming to the beach. You got the mayor right there, and all of a sudden they look up and they see, you know, the dad just like scouting for, you know, obviously they know it's a shark. But they just start like, oh shit, not again! Like, are you kidding me? He's up on his tower, like shit, and they know. And what happens? He thinks he sees a freaking like some dark mass, and he just starts ringing the bell and starts shooting at the freaking water. It was pretty nuts. Like, honestly, I feel so bad for those people at the freaking beach that day. They must have been traumatized. And it wasn't even a shark, but no, it was a really good follow up. I interacted with somebody recently, and they were just like, this was the worst movie ever. And it just baffles my mind when people say stuff like that. I don't know. But it was definitely, in my opinion, not the worst movie. It was a decent follow-up for that first great masterpiece of what is Jaws. And Jaws 2 was cool. Definitely. But let's talk about Jaws 3D. Oh, man. This was fun. I would not lie. I was very entertained throughout the entire time of Jaws 3D. And it has got Dennis Quaid. What? Now, I didn't watch it with glasses, and I felt like it was just, if I did, it would have just gave it that extra little, It was a cool movie. This was cool. Because I'm sure there was tons of shots, just like in Friday the 13th Part 3, that are just intended to watch it in 3D. And when you don't, it just looks so out of place. So silly. The shark was like the least scariest so far. Like, the shark in part 2 was okay. It was pretty cool. He was biting into everything. The shark was just like kind of bumping into people, but no. The story still continues on from the first movie to the second to the third. That's what I really enjoyed, to be honest. And now we have the two sons. They're all grown up and they're working at SeaWorld. Why? And one of them is like super traumatized. I'm like opening my beer. And one of them is like super traumatized, won't even go in the ocean or whatever. So I don't understand why you're working at SeaWorld with fish. The movie stars Dennis Quaid. The movie stars Leah Thompson, who we all freaking loved in Back to the Future. And Howard the Duck. It also stars Louis Gossett Jr. and Bess Armstrong. Dennis Quaid, man. I thought he was good. I thought he was probably the better. And of all the people, I just enjoyed his character the most. He was cool. He was having fun. He liked to play pranks on his brother. I really enjoyed that. When it came down to business, he fucking kicked ass. Now, gonna talk about the ending right here, so spoilers. Okay, so the way this works is, it's like SeaWorld has like this underwater type of base where like it's a type of attractment. Okay, so people can go down there. There's a restaurant right in the middle. There's like different things you can walk around and see under the lagoon. Now, apparently, this lagoon in SeaWorld has a channel that connects it out to the ocean. So, okay, that's understandable. They kind of like explain it right at the beginning. There's a gate kind of like messing up one day that, like, I guess it's the main gate for the channel. I don't know. Gate messes up, and this little baby shark just happens to freaking great white baby shark just boop, 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 makes its way in and kills the freaking maintenance guy. Now we got Dennis Quaid. We got his girlfriend. They're all like trying to figure out, okay, what's happening? They take the baby shark. They sedate the baby shark, which is a pretty crazy scene. They capture it, and then it ends up dying. That's a bummer. It like kills somebody, and it dies. I don't understand. But Mama ain't happy. No. Mama is not happy. Out of freaking nowhere, the mama shark comes, and it's Dennis Quaid's girlfriend. She's like works with dolphins and stuff like that. She's like, okay, somehow she figures it out, and it's like, no, this is just the baby shark. The mom is like in the lagoon, in the park with us. We have to get everybody out. And this shark is just going on a rampage, fucking everything up. But it's the end where it just gets so absurd at this point. You got Dennis Quaid and crew. They're all like in the underground base in the main control room, and the shark is like just coming at them. And I wish I had the glasses. I wish I had the glasses because it would have been cool to see this shark just bust the glass. It was so silly. But you see the glass shatter, and all the water starts filling up the room, right? And the shark just makes its way. It was the most unthreatening shark ever, I swear. I mean, besides the teeth, he was just a hunk of just like flesh, just. Anyways, he like goes and grabs and eats this guy, and for some reason he doesn't digest the guy all the way. You see the guy's arm sticking out of his mouth with like a grenade, and Dennis Quaid uses like this stick. He's like fucking 5 feet away, and he just uses a stick to like pull the trigger on the grenade, and the shark just totally entertaining just for that alone. But definitely would love to see this with the glasses. Anyways. Alrighty, and if you're at this point in the video, thank you for sticking around. This is the last movie, and man, I feel like this is a really cool, neat little sci-fi movie that deserves a little bit more attention. Now, it's not amazing, okay? But it's like a solid B movie, okay? If you understand what I'm saying. Definitely solid. We have The Dark Side of the Moon, which I think I was told on Twitter now might possibly have a Blu-ray. Dark Side of the Moon, directed by DJ Webster, stars Robert Sampson, Joel Turkel, who was Tyrell in Blade Runner, and also, what other freaking movie I have here? The Shining. He was the bartender guy. Will Bledsoe and John Deal, something like that. He was in Stargate, Mind Ripper, Jurassic Park 3. He was the guy that in Jurassic Park 3, he comes like running out from that one scene where he just gets eaten. And it also has Camelia Moore, who is one of the twins in Friday the 13th Part 4. And she's like this type of android movie. And this is apparently, I mean, yeah, I could see a lot of similarities. Just like an alien clone movie. But it really reminded me of Event Horizon because there's a little religious horror aspect to it. It starts off with a title text. And it's talking about the year 2022, which is what? Freaking next year? Hello. The year is 2022. The maintenance ship Space Core 1 is on a routine refab mission. The refabs are fixers. Their purpose is to repair nuclear-armed satellites orbiting high above the Earth. Due to the atomic capabilities of these satellites, refabbing is considered dangerous. Very dangerous. So yeah, the ship in space, they end up having some sort of weird malfunction, and their ship just starts running out of fuel and oxygen. And it seems like all hope is lost when out of the freaking blue. Oh, by this point, they're right behind the moon. Like, they just ended up drifting, like, somewhere, and they're, like, drifting behind the dark side of the moon. But out of the freaking blue, a freaking NASA space shuttle ship just literally comes towards them. And they end up docking it, and they're, like, looking around, and they're trying to see, and there's nobody on ship. They're trying to look for supplies, but one by one, they start being possessed by something very sinister, which ends up being the devil himself.
666, the mark of the beast.
Yeah, dude, straight up. Like, this movie, okay, I don't care what people say. I thought it was balls to the wall imaginative because you have, like, the devil out in space. It's got this cool, neat little sci-fi thing with a connection to the Bermuda Triangle, okay? Apparently the devil's like trying to come up with a scheme to like kind of get back in heaven, and he's using the Bermuda Triangle, which like is a portal to the moon. I don't know. It's silly, yeah, but man, they had the cojones to do this, and I think it's cool. Like, it's nothing, like I said, it's not, oh man, it's freaking movie. You have to go watch this right now. Like, seriously, go watch this next. No. But if you ever come across it and you're like bored and you're like sci-fi, horror type of movies, space movies, definitely a cool movie. Like I said, it definitely has this Event Horizon feel to it because, I don't know, space and the devil, stuff like that, different dimensions and shit. It was cool. Very, like, not very slow, but it's slow at times. But I feel like it still has somehow good pacing, even though it's a little slow. Very creepy. Like, in my opinion, I found it creepy. There were moments with, like, the devil talking and stuff like that, especially near the end of the dialogue and shit. It was like, oh man, it's kind of creepy. The eyes are a little cheesy, I won't lie. They kind of remind me of Mac's eyes from that It's Always Sunny episode of Nightman. And there's a really cool line by the android lady.
Get away from me, you motherfucker.
I don't know. It was a neat little sci-fi movie. I don't know. Anyways, that was it. I don't want to give away too much with that one because I really enjoyed it. I think it'd be worth it. I think it's worth watching. Maybe have some drinks if you're into that. If not, then just give it a shot. With that being said, I really hope you're all still here. Appreciate the hell out of every single one of you. Let me know how I'm doing in the comments. If there's a movie you'd like to see me review, also let me know in the comments. I'm going to go ahead and just shut up. Happy Spookies.